Have you ever noticed someone who acts a bit unusual? Maybe it's a child constantly asking questions like, why can birds fly, but humans can't? Or why is the sky blue? Their curiosity seems endless, their perspective refreshingly unique. Or perhaps it's an adult who, in a tense situation, pauses instead of reacting emotionally. They seem distant, but in truth, they're processing information faster than most of us. Now think about yourself or your child. Do you ever find yourself doing things that others might dismiss as odd or unnecessary, like analyzing every angle of a situation or losing yourself in deep thought? What if these tendencies are actually signs of a highly intelligent mind? In today's video, we'll uncover 10 things that highly intelligent people do differently, behaviors that are often overlooked or misunderstood, but hold the key to unlocking extraordinary potential. These traits don't just set smart people apart. They offer insights we can all use to grow intellectually and emotionally. Stick with us as we explore these habits and reveal how they connect to the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. By the end, you'll not only recognize these behaviors, but also learn practical ways to incorporate them into your life. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on life-changing insights. Let's dive in. 1. They connect different things to innovate. Highly intelligent people possess a unique ability to connect disparate ideas and concepts. They don't just look at problems from one angle. They weave together knowledge from various fields, finding innovative solutions where others see only complexity. This ability to innovate and think creatively is at the heart of their success, whether in business, relationships, or personal growth. To truly understand how intelligent people innovate, we must look deeper into how they think. They apply both convergent and divergent thinking. Convergent thinking allows them to focus on finding a specific, correct solution, while divergent thinking gives them the freedom to explore numerous possibilities. By switching between these modes of thinking, they can address problems from different perspectives and generate creative solutions. Another aspect is their ability to observe details. They are attuned to the small patterns and nuances that others often miss. Whether it's a detail in a conversation, an overlooked statistic, or a subtle shift in behavior, intelligent individuals can piece together information that leads to breakthroughs. It's this sharp awareness that enables them to see opportunities in places where others only see roadblocks. Finally, rich life experience plays a crucial role. Intelligent people draw on a broad range of experiences to inform their thinking. They understand that innovation doesn't come from just a single source of knowledge. Instead, they gather insights from diverse fields and experiences, allowing them to think outside traditional boundaries and challenge the status quo. This ability to innovate aligns closely with Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us to embrace change and be open to new perspectives. Epictetus, for instance, reminds us that it's not external events that disturb us, but our perceptions of them. By viewing challenges through a broader lens, Stoics can innovate their responses to life's difficulties. They don't resist change, they adapt to it, understanding that true growth comes from transforming obstacles into opportunities. Moreover, Stoic philosophy encourages self-awareness, a crucial element in innovation. By recognizing their limitations and biases, intelligent people can refine their approach and build on their strengths. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In the same way, the limitations that intelligent people face can become the very source of their creative solutions. The lesson here is clear. By connecting ideas, observing details, and drawing on diverse experiences, highly intelligent individuals create solutions that lead to success. Stoic principles of embracing change, staying self-aware, and adapting to challenges offer powerful tools for innovation. We, too, can apply these Stoic teachings to sharpen our problem-solving abilities and unlock the potential within us. Whether in our careers or personal lives, the ability to innovate, shaped by Stoic thought, can guide us toward growth and peace. 2. They make data-driven decisions. Individuals with strong analytical skills make decisions based on facts, evidence, and analysis. They avoid the trap of making impulsive choices driven by emotions or limited information. Instead, they gather data, evaluate all available options, and consider long-term consequences before making a decision. This thoughtful, strategic approach allows them to navigate life's complexities with confidence and clarity. In today's world, where information is abundant, knowing how to use it wisely is paramount. Intelligent individuals don't simply accept the surface-level data. They dive deeper. They rely on second- and third-order effects, understanding that every choice they make ripples out in ways that may not be immediately obvious. Their decisions are not just about immediate gains, but about long-term benefits, which requires an awareness of how their actions will affect their future. Another crucial aspect is risk mitigation. Intelligent individuals don't shy away from risks, but they approach them with calculated care. They weigh the potential outcomes, both positive and negative, before making a move. Their decisions are based on a clear understanding of the data at hand, ensuring that they make choices that serve their best interests, even if that means making a less popular or more challenging decision. This approach to decision-making directly ties into the Stoic principle of wisdom. Stoics believe that making informed, reasoned choices is essential for achieving inner peace. Epictetus, for example, taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. This includes how we make decisions in the face of uncertainty. By applying logic and reflection, Stoic philosophers were able to maintain emotional equilibrium, even when faced with difficult or unpredictable outcomes. In the same way, intelligent people use data to guide their choices, remaining steadfast in their values and ensuring that they act in alignment with their long-term vision. Moreover, the Stoics placed a high value on rationality over emotion. When faced with adversity or a tough decision, they would take time to reflect rather than react impulsively. This mirrors the way intelligent people carefully analyze data before taking action. The Stoic concept of apatheia, emotional resilience, reminds us to avoid being controlled by our feelings and instead to make decisions based on clear judgment. What we can take away from this is that making data-driven decisions is not only about gathering information, but also about using wisdom and reflection to navigate life's complexities. In Stoic terms, it is about exercising control over what you can, your responses, your choices, and your understanding of the world around you, while accepting what you cannot control. By practicing mindfulness and applying rational analysis to our decisions, we can cultivate a life of purpose, peace, and direction. This Stoic mindset leads to making better choices, which ultimately shape a life of meaningful success. 3. They embrace uniqueness and authenticity. There's a quiet strength in being different. The world often misunderstands those who don't conform, labeling them as strange or detached, but true intelligence lies in embracing who you are, even when it feels like no one else understands. I see this in my nephew, an 11-year-old boy who has always been remarkably bright. Since he was a toddler, he's been at the top of his class, endlessly curious about the universe. While other kids were playing games, he spent hours with books about astronauts and galaxies, dreaming of one day exploring the stars himself. But his brilliance often left him alone. He's quiet, prefers solitude, and struggles to connect with children his age. They tease him, calling him weird for his interests and for always being immersed in his world. At first, my brother and sister worried deeply. They feared he might grow up feeling isolated, misunderstood, and undervalued. And yet, their perspective has changed. Over time, they've come to realize something powerful. His uniqueness is his strength. They now believe that the friends he makes in the future will value him for who he truly is, not for how well he fits in with others. This story reflects a broader truth. Intelligent individuals often face rejection or ridicule for being different. Society rewards conformity, but brilliance often defies the norm. Stoicism teaches us to value what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and sense of self, while letting go of what others think of us. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This paradox is a trap for many, but not for those who embrace their authenticity. My nephew's story shows that true self-worth doesn't come from blending in. It comes from owning your individuality, no matter how uncomfortable that might feel at times. If you, or someone you know, feel out of place because of your uniqueness, remember this: the world needs people who think differently. Innovation, progress, and creativity come from those who challenge the norm. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you for who you are. It might mean fewer relationships, but the ones you keep will be meaningful and supportive. Learn to see rejection not as failure, but as redirection, leading you toward those who truly appreciate your value. And most importantly, stay authentic. As Seneca said, if you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. Your authenticity is your greatest wealth. 4. They set and achieve goals relentlessly. Intelligent individuals don't just set goals, they pursue them with unwavering determination. They are driven by a deep sense of purpose, and once they decide on a course of action, they stay focused, no matter the obstacles in their path. The pursuit of goals is not just about achievement, but about the journey itself, maintaining resilience through challenges and setbacks. Achieving big goals begins with setting them. But it's not just about writing down dreams on a piece of paper. It's about creating actionable steps, maintaining discipline, and showing up each day with the resolve to move forward. These individuals do not let distractions or immediate failures steer them off course. They break down large goals into smaller, manageable tasks, making steady progress and constantly adjusting as needed. Setting and achieving goals isn't a one-time effort. It's an ongoing process of self-reflection and adaptation. Goal-oriented thinking becomes a way of life. Intelligent people set clear, defined goals with measurable outcomes, but they also remain flexible, adjusting to new information or circumstances that may alter their path. Persistence becomes their greatest asset. They are willing to put in the work, endure the long hours, and make sacrifices because they know that success doesn't happen overnight. This relentless pursuit of goals directly connects to the Stoic principle of virtue through discipline. The Stoics believe that true virtue is achieved through consistent, intentional effort toward what is good. In their eyes, success is not defined by external results, but by the integrity and discipline you maintain while pursuing your goals. Stoics like Epictetus and Seneca often spoke of the importance of self-mastery, directing your energy toward what is within your control and letting go of attachment to the results. The Stoics also practiced mental resilience, the ability to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. They taught that external events should not sway our emotional state. Similarly, intelligent individuals who are driven by clear goals understand that obstacles are part of the process. These challenges are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to develop strength, learn, and stay true to one's purpose. The lesson here is that setting and achieving goals is not just about reaching a destination, but about cultivating inner strength and perseverance through the journey. Stoic philosophy teaches that it is in the pursuit, not the outcome, where true growth occurs. Like the Stoic sage who remains unaffected by life's uncertainties, intelligent people set goals with full awareness of potential setbacks, but they continue to push forward with determination. The Stoic practice of embracing self-discipline and resilience empowers us to face challenges head-on, knowing that by maintaining focus, we align our actions with virtue and move closer to living a life of purpose and peace. In the end, the process of setting and relentlessly pursuing goals builds not only success but character. As the Stoics would advise, it is the consistency and inner peace cultivated through this pursuit that defines a life well lived. 5. They focus on the bigger picture. Real progress doesn't come from chasing immediate rewards. Highly intelligent people recognize this and instead focus on the long-term consequences of their actions. They look beyond the present moment, making decisions with a clear vision of the future. This broader perspective helps them stay grounded and focused, even in the face of challenges or uncertainty. By shaping their strategies around long-term goals, they ensure that every move they make brings them closer to lasting success, not just fleeting satisfaction. To truly grasp this, consider how intelligent people make decisions. They don't just react to the pressures of the moment. They think about how their choices will affect their long-term goals. They know that rushing toward immediate results often sacrifices lasting success. Instead, they focus on second and third-order effects, the ripple effects of their actions that stretch into the future. A decision that seems small today could have major consequences tomorrow, and intelligent people weigh those consequences carefully. This approach demands a clear vision, patience, and discipline to stay true to that vision over time. Moreover, they prioritize long-term impact awareness. Intelligent individuals realize that their decisions shape not only their own future, but the future of the people and communities around them. They focus on making choices that lead to sustainable outcomes, not quick fixes that could harm them in the long run. They also practice risk mitigation, understanding that every decision carries inherent risks, but choosing the path that minimizes harm while maximizing benefits in the future. This approach connects deeply to Stoic philosophy, which teaches that life's events are temporary and only virtue and wisdom endure. The Stoics believed in focusing on what is within our control, our actions, choices, and responses to external events. They didn't concern themselves with external circumstances because they knew that only their inner character and the decisions they made based on reason truly mattered. As Marcus Aurelius put it, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Intelligent people who focus on the bigger picture are practicing Stoic mindfulness. They keep their long-term goals in mind, embracing a mindset that remains grounded despite distractions and challenges. Just as the Stoics taught that our emotional responses should not be dictated by the chaos around us, intelligent people remain calm and focused on the long-term rewards of their decisions. Their ability to rise above temporary setbacks is a powerful demonstration of Stoic strength, choosing to act in alignment with their core values rather than being swept away by immediate circumstances. The lesson here is clear. True success is not about seeking immediate gratification, but about making decisions that honor long-term growth. Stoic wisdom teaches us that focusing on the bigger picture allows us to cultivate inner peace and resilience. When we keep our eyes on the future, we avoid the distractions of the present and instead make decisions that align with our values. By practicing this level of mindfulness, we build the mental strength to face life's challenges without losing sight of what truly matters. The Stoic principle of keeping our focus on the long term empowers us to shape our lives with intention and purpose. 6. They envision the future and stay authentic. Seeing beyond the present moment is a skill that few master, yet it's crucial for making meaningful progress. The ability to envision the future provides clarity and purpose, allowing people to align their decisions with long-term goals. Rather than simply reacting to immediate circumstances, they anticipate what lies ahead and anchor their actions in their core values. This combination of foresight and authenticity becomes their compass, guiding them even through uncertainty. Envisioning the future is not about wishful thinking or fantasizing. It's about strategic foresight, creating a mental roadmap of where they want to be and how to get there. Intelligent people assess what is essential for their future success and what could distract them from their path. They prioritize what matters, focusing on actions that will bring them closer to their vision. The ability to see the broader picture gives them clarity and keeps them grounded, even when the world around them is chaotic. Equally important is their authenticity. Intelligent people don't sacrifice their core values for temporary success or external approval. They stay true to who they are, even when faced with pressure to conform. Their authenticity is a source of strength, allowing them to navigate challenges without losing their sense of self. Staying aligned with their principles, no matter the external circumstances, provides them with a sense of inner peace that guides their decisions. This ability to envision the future while maintaining authenticity is directly connected to Stoic philosophy. The Stoics taught the importance of inner virtue, acting in alignment with one's core values, regardless of external circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoics understood that life would inevitably present challenges and obstacles, but the ability to remain true to one's principles was essential to living a fulfilling life. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of detachment from external outcomes. Intelligent people who focus on the future while staying authentic follow a similar path, taking actions that are in alignment with their values but not overly attached to the results. They understand that they cannot control every aspect of the journey, but they can control their responses and how they navigate the challenges ahead. The lesson here is simple yet profound. By envisioning the future and staying true to who we are, we set ourselves on a path to fulfillment. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the pursuit of wisdom, integrity, and authenticity leads to peace of mind and a life well lived. When we align our actions with our values and keep our long-term vision in focus, we build a foundation of strength and resilience that carries us through the uncertainties of life. True success is not about the destination. It's about staying aligned with our principles along the way. 7. They listen and stand by their convictions. In a world where speaking louder often seems to win the day, there's quiet strength in simply listening. Those who listen intently before responding demonstrate depth, understanding, and respect for diverse viewpoints. It's not about rushing to share an opinion or dominate the conversation, but about truly hearing others before deciding where you stand. This balance between active listening and firm convictions shapes meaningful dialogue and fosters authentic connections. I once knew someone in college who had a unique way of handling discussions. Whenever we gathered for late-night debates in the dorm, he always sat back and listened first. While others eagerly jumped into the heated discussions about politics or culture, he would quietly take it all in. Then, when the moment felt right, he'd share his thoughts. More often than not, his perspective was entirely different, yet it added something profound to the conversation. He never argued to prove he was right. Instead, he spoke from a place of genuine curiosity and confidence. Even if his opinion wasn't popular, he stood by it with calm conviction, refusing to follow the crowd just to fit in. This approach reflects the value of thoughtful listening. It's not just about understanding the content of someone's words, but also about recognizing the emotions, intentions, and perspectives behind them. By doing so, you not only gain deeper insight into others, but also refine your understanding. Intelligent people who listen carefully are better equipped to make informed decisions, build stronger relationships, and approach disagreements with respect. This quality aligns seamlessly with Stoic philosophy. The Stoics emphasized the power of controlling one's reactions and engaging in rational discourse. Epictetus taught that we should keep silence for the most part, or speak only what is necessary and in few words. This isn't silence out of fear, but silence rooted in wisdom, knowing when to speak and when to hold back. The ability to listen carefully before forming or expressing an opinion mirrors the Stoic practice of mindfulness, allowing us to approach conversations with clarity and composure. Furthermore, standing by your convictions is a hallmark of Stoic strength. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of staying true to one's principles, even when faced with opposition. In today's world, where societal pressure often pushes conformity, intelligent individuals like my roommate remind us of the power of authenticity and resilience. The lesson here is simple yet profound. Listen before you speak and hold fast to your values. Stoicism teaches us to be deliberate in our words and actions, ensuring they reflect our inner character. When we practice this, we foster deeper connections, gain clarity in thought, and cultivate the inner peace that comes from knowing we've acted with integrity. True wisdom lies not in speaking the most, but in listening the best. 8. They take strategic risks. Growth often requires stepping into the unknown. Intelligent individuals know that true progress doesn't come from staying within the boundaries of what's comfortable. Instead, they embrace calculated risks, decisions made with careful thought, where the potential rewards outweigh the uncertainties. These risks are not taken recklessly. They are strategically planned with a clear vision of the long-term benefits. Let me share a story about a close friend of mine, a software engineer working for a major tech company in Silicon Valley. He was incredibly successful in his career, enjoying a stable job with excellent pay and benefits. Yet, despite the security of his position, he felt unfulfilled. One day, he made a decision that seemed almost crazy to everyone around him. He quit his job and decided to found an organic food startup. His idea was simple but revolutionary. He wanted to use his tech knowledge to create a platform that directly connected farmers with consumers, cutting out the middlemen and building a sustainable food supply chain. The risk was enormous. Leaving behind a stable, high-paying job in tech to dive into an untested startup required more than just courage. It required a deep belief in his vision and his capabilities. This wasn't a decision made lightly. He spent months researching, testing ideas, and weighing the risks and rewards. He knew the potential for failure, but he also saw the opportunity to create something impactful. He calculated the risks, understanding the possible outcomes, and chose to move forward. It was a strategic risk, one that could either lead to success or significant loss. But he believed the long-term rewards were worth the challenge. This story speaks to Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to accept uncertainty and take action in alignment with our values. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." My friend, rather than allowing fear of failure to paralyze him, chose to pursue something meaningful, which aligned with his deeper purpose. This is the essence of Stoic courage, the ability to face uncertainty with rationality and confidence. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control external events, but we have control over our actions and responses. My friend didn't know what the future held, but he trusted in his ability to act by his vision. By calculating the risks, preparing for setbacks, and embracing uncertainty, he was following the Stoic principle of taking deliberate action. Just as Stoics advocates for using reason to navigate challenges, my friend's decision to take a strategic risk was based on his deeper understanding of his values, potential, and purpose. The key lesson here is that intelligent people take strategic risks, not because they are fearless, but because they understand the growth potential. Stoic principles guide us to embrace change, recognizing that challenges are growth opportunities. True success doesn't come from avoiding discomfort, but from taking deliberate action, even when the outcome is unknown. The Stoic mindset encourages us to act with purpose and resilience, knowing that it is not the result but the process, guided by virtue and reason, that shapes us. By taking calculated risks, we step closer to our true potential and create lasting change. 9. They learn from mistakes. Success isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about how we respond to them. The most intelligent individuals understand this truth deeply. They know that every failure holds valuable lessons, and they use those lessons to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Mistakes, for them, are not the end of the road, but stepping stones to progress. Let's revisit the story of my friend, the software engineer who left his stable tech job to start an organic food company. His bold decision to take a calculated risk wasn't without challenges. In the early days of his startup, he faced unexpected logistical issues, supply chain disruptions, and financial losses. Each mistake felt like a heavy blow, but instead of giving up, he treated every setback as a learning opportunity. He carefully analyzed what went wrong, adjusted his strategies, and moved forward with renewed determination. Over time, his perseverance paid off. The company eventually stabilized, gained recognition for its innovative approach, and became a sustainable success story. This story highlights the importance of reflecting on our failures. By treating mistakes as opportunities for growth, we shift our perspective. Instead of seeing failure as something to fear, we begin to see it as a natural part of the journey towards success. Intelligent individuals don't waste time blaming others or dwelling on regret. They take responsibility, evaluate the situation, and make the necessary adjustments to improve. The connection to Stoic philosophy is undeniable. The Stoics viewed failure not as a source of shame, but as a chance to build character. Epictetus taught, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. For Stoics, adversity was a tool for self-improvement. They believed that how we respond to setbacks defines our inner strength and wisdom. When we learn from our mistakes, we embody the Stoic principle of resilience. using every challenge as an opportunity to refine our virtues. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the idea of focusing on what we can control. While we cannot always prevent mistakes, we have full control over how we react to them. By choosing to reflect, adapt, and move forward, we practice the Stoic mindset of embracing growth over perfection. This approach transforms failure from a burden into a gift. What this teaches us is that mistakes are inevitable, but growth is optional. When we face setbacks with humility and reflection, we not only overcome challenges, but also become stronger and more capable. Stoicism reminds us that our value lies not in avoiding errors, but in the courage to learn from them. By applying this wisdom, we turn failures into the very foundation of our success, shaping a life defined by resilience, growth, and purpose. 10. They seek self-improvement and curiosity. Personal growth is a constant journey, not a destination. Those who excel in life recognize this truth and remain committed to self-improvement. They reflect on their actions, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and actively seek ways to grow. This relentless curiosity extends beyond professional success. It touches every aspect of their lives, from relationships to personal fulfillment. Self-improvement begins with reflection. Highly curious individuals ask themselves tough questions. What could I have done better? How can I learn from this situation? This introspection doesn't come from self-doubt, but from a desire to evolve. Their curiosity pushes them to explore new fields of knowledge, try unfamiliar things, and embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. Whether it's picking up a new book, attending a workshop, or even seeking feedback from others, they never stop looking for ways to expand their understanding. This mindset isn't limited to career advancement. Intelligent individuals know that self-improvement is holistic. They focus on developing emotional resilience, improving their relationships, and cultivating habits that promote mental and physical well-being. Their curiosity about life fuels a sense of purpose, helping them stay motivated even during difficult times. This pursuit of self-improvement resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that the essence of life is growth, shaping oneself into a better person through reflection, discipline, and action. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of daily introspection, asking himself how he could better align his actions with his values. He believed that true wisdom comes from understanding oneself and acting by reason and virtue. Stoicism also encourages a lifelong thirst for knowledge. Epictetus emphasized that wisdom isn't something we are born with. It's something we cultivate through learning and experience. Intelligent people who seek continuous growth embody this principle. They remain humble, knowing there is always more to learn, and this humility keeps them open to new perspectives. The Stoics also taught that curiosity should be guided by purpose. They encouraged focusing on pursuits that align with one's values and contribute to personal and communal well-being. This balance between curiosity and intention helps individuals avoid distractions and stay grounded in what truly matters. The takeaway here is powerful. Growth comes from curiosity, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to improvement. Stoicism teaches us that the path to inner peace is through self-mastery, an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and refining who we are. By embracing this mindset, we unlock our full potential, not by seeking perfection, but by striving to be a little better each day. Through self-improvement, we align our actions with our values, build resilience, and move closer to living a meaningful, fulfilled life. As we've explored, the habits of highly intelligent individuals reveal that intelligence is not just a matter of innate ability, but a continuous journey of self-reflection, learning, and purposeful action. These traits, whether it's embracing authenticity, making data-driven decisions, or learning from mistakes, are accessible to anyone willing to cultivate them. At the heart of it all lies a principle central to Stoic philosophy: the relentless pursuit of growth, resilience, and inner peace. The Stoics remind us that intelligence is not merely measured by what we know, but by how we apply wisdom to our daily lives. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This mindset teaches us to view challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. The same is true of the habits we've discussed today. They are not reserved for a select few, but are tools anyone can use to lead a more intentional, fulfilling life. Now, let me ask you, how do you define intelligence? Is it a gift we are born with, or is it the result of deliberate effort, curiosity, and persistence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might inspire someone else on their journey. If you found value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Stoic Narratives Official. Together, we can continue exploring how timeless Stoic teachings can transform modern lives. And don't forget to share your own stories or experiences of self-improvement and resilience in the comments. Let's build a community of wisdom and inspiration. Remember, intelligence is not a destination. It's a path we walk every day, shaped by the choices we make and the lessons we embrace. Thank you for watching, and here's to your journey of growth and self-discovery.